with Matt Lauer.
By the year 2000, Jennifer Lopez seems to be on top of the world. She's one of Hollywood's most sought-after leading ladies and one of America's top pop vocalists. But unexpectedly, her success is eclipsed by a brush with the law when a night out with controversial rap star boyfriend Sean Puffy Combs ends in gunfire.
Even though I'm young, I'm making my bed.
He's so handsome. So well.
In 1997, married to Ohani Noah, Jennifer Lopez works with Sean Puffy Combs on his music video, Been Around the World, a rich fantasy where Jennifer's character falls for Puffy.
Puffy and Jennifer met during the making of his video, Been Around the World. She was a featured performer in it, but they didn't combust immediately as a couple.
By March of 1998, Jennifer, having split up with Ohani, arrives at the Oscars alone. Later that night, she is rumored to have gotten cozy with Puffy at a post-Oscar party. Puffy and Jennifer worked together on her album, On the Six, all the while claiming their relationship is purely professional.
Her advisors told her, look, initially, you can't be caught up with this guy. This guy has some priors involving guns.
Jennifer and Puffy finally come clean in Puffy's own magazine, Notorious.
Puffy and Jennifer did finally fess up. They did a kind of interview with each other, and they had kind of cute word games and pretty much spilled the beans about the fact that they liked each other a lot.
London, sing the song! Every move I make, come on!
Puffy is everything her husband wasn't. Successful artist, producer, and businessman, Jennifer's creative and financial peer. And like Jennifer, the world is his oyster as he ends a tour of Europe.
It was great. All the fans all over Europe were great. I just want to thank all the fans for supporting me. I'm back ready to go back to the States. About to go do Arista 25, make some clothes, make some movies, make some records, and just keep it going on.
In an earlier interview with ABC News, many feel Jennifer's thoughts about the George Clooney character in the movie Out of Sight can be taken as being about Puffy as well.
What is it about bad guys that makes them so attractive? Because you have to do this whole flip.
What is it about bad boys? I don't know, there's something just so attractive about them. I always say that it's like, it's a protection thing. It's like, it's exciting and fun because it's dangerous,
right,
but also you feel like you're protected. It's like, you know, like with your father, where little girls when they're growing up, they look up to their dad, they feel safe, and there's something about a bad guy that you just feel safe with. I don't know why.
On December 27th, 1999, at Club New York, a hot Manhattan night spot, Puffy gets into a fight.
Jennifer is looking at all this, and she's saying, this is not happening to her. And of course, she was really scared. She was trying to talk to the bodyguards, telling them, you know, trying to get Sean away from this.
Shots are fired, and 3 people are wounded. Jennifer and Puffy bolt from the club and jump into a Lincoln Navigator.
They fled from the scene, police pursuing, blaring lights, cops and robbers things. And they stopped them, and Jennifer Lopez is taken out of the car and searched and handcuffed and taken to the precinct.
The car is owned by Puffy's company. In it, the police find a loaded 9mm gun.
She was saying, look, I didn't do anything. Puffy, at the same time, was actually trying to get her out of this, saying that she didn't have a gun. She had no knowledge that a gun was in the place.
Jennifer spends 12 hours in custody and is cleared and released. Sean Puffy Combs is charged with criminal gun possession and later for bribery for allegedly offering his driver $50,000 and a diamond ring to say the gun is his. Released on $10,000 bail, Puffy will face up to 15 years in prison if convicted.
The tabloids went crazy with it. It was just the bad boy, good girl kind of event they were waiting for.
Jennifer stands by her man and issues several statements to the press.
She had a statement saying, I was with Puffy all night and he didn't have a gun. She just said, look, I love Sean, I'm going to be with him. And of course, Sean's album at the time was coming out was Forever. She said, I'm going to be with him forever. Several of her advisors who had advised her not to be with Puffy were coming, I told you so. But she really loved him. She stuck with him. She could not be seen at that point of actually just departing from him, running away from Puffy at this time.
Puffy pleads his innocence and claims Jennifer had no involvement at all.
I had nothing to do with a shooting that night in a nightclub. Absolutely nothing to do with the shooting that night in the nightclub, nor did Jennifer. We went there together by ourselves to have a good time in a limousine. And yes, she is doing well. And I wish that the incident that we were not any place that an incident like that happened. But we have nothing to do with that incident.
Coming up, the real story behind Jennifer's most revealing fashion statement.
The dress took on a life of its own.
This is the first time in 5 or 6 years that I'm sure that nobody is looking at me.
As headliners and legends continue